must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
So really, we just want to assure all Kenyans that we are working very hard as a ministry, as a government, as a health sector, as a country, a whole government approach to addressing the challenge that is currently facing us of coronavirus. And the team that we have been meeting with this evening has been a team of experts, some health workers, experts in communication, experts in social media, all looking at how we work together to make sure that, number one, Kenyans are aware, they are well sensitized about what we are dealing with, that we all also learn what precautionary measures we need to take to ensure that we can prevent ourselves from getting coronavirus, and also to ensure that we protect our families. The team of experts here has been doing a lot of work in terms of their own practice, the clinical practice, the protocols around coronavirus. This is a new virus that the medics have never dealt with, that the entire health workers have not dealt with. Feel that you're very ill to go into a matatu, to go to hospital, we really recommend that you call the 719 line and get us to come and pick you through an ambulance which has got specialized facilities and with health workers to take you to an isolation facility where you can be tested. So basically, we are just aligning our coordination and making sure that we have a seamless operation even as we deal with coronavirus. And I just want to thank the entire team, the entire fraternity in communication world, social media world, our experts in health, for their really for their commitment and self-sacrifice. We've been sitting here up to very late hours in the night, days on end, and people are here really just volunteering themselves to serve this nation. So my deep appreciation, and to all of us, please keep us hooked up to our conversations, be kept in the loop through hashtag Commercial Corona. Thank you very much.
A very good afternoon to you. noon here in Nairobi. This is Diaspora Dispatches, and earlier on we were on Good Morning Africa, and we were looking at President Uhuru Kenyatta's speech yesterday, a quite lengthy speech yesterday. Then Kenyans are really trying to make, to understand what really the president was saying, and you can tell by the memes and all that has been trending across, the country. But right now, before I get into the African news and we look at how different African countries are dealing with this COVID-19, I'd like for us to look at the, the statistics as they stand right now. Look at a few African countries and how many cases have been confirmed, and then we can come and look at the rest of the news we have from the continent. So we shall start with Kenya, and the confirmed cases right now is at 158. 6 people are dead and 4 have recovered. And Sao Tome and Principe, until yesterday, we had 3 African countries that had not confirmed the COVID-19, and Sao Tome and Principe was one of them. Right now, we only have 2 remaining, that is Comoros and Lesotho. So Sao Tome and Principe yesterday confirmed their first cases, and they confirmed 4 cases. South Sudan has 1 case that also was confirmed yesterday in the morning, and Uganda has confirmed so far 52 cases. Tanzania has confirmed 24 cases. 1 person has died and 3 3 have recovered, and the Central African Republic has confirmed 8 cases. South Africa has confirmed. It is the leading in Africa in the number of confirmed cases in the continent, and so the numbers right now is at 1,686. 12 people have died and 95 have recovered. Algeria has confirmed 1,423 cases there, with 173 deaths reported, and 90 people have recovered. And Burundi so far has confirmed 3 cases. Burundi, very interesting there. And also for a long time, it is one of the African countries that had not confirmed the cases until a week ago. And right now, the country stands at 3 confirmed cases. And in Zimbabwe, the cases there are at 10, and 1 person has since died, and that was a journalist who passed on nearly 2 weeks ago. And we go to Sudan, where confirmed cases now is at 14. 2 people have died and 2 have recovered. And in Egypt, confirmed cases is at 1,322. 85 people have died and 259 have said to have recovered. And in Morocco, confirmed cases is at 1,120. 8 people have died and 81 have recovered. Liberia, cases there right now is at 14 cases that have been confirmed. 3 people have died and 3 have recovered. And in Chad, the country has confirmed 9 cases. In Burkina Faso, the country has confirmed 364 cases. 18 people have died and 108 have recovered. In Somalia, confirmed cases is at 7. 1 person has recovered. And in Gambia, confirmed cases is at 4. 1 person is said to have died and 2 have recovered. And in Cameroon, the numbers in Cameroon there are worrying. Yesterday, the country had recorded about 555 deaths as we were doing our afternoon show, but right now we see the numbers they have gone up with 658 confirmed cases there in Cameroon. 9 people have died and 17 have recovered. And in Senegal, the cases there stands at 226. 2 people have died and 92 have recovered. And remember, these statistics, we prepared them just about 30 or so minutes ago before I came here. So as I am reading them, perhaps the numbers have since changed. So in case you've seen something else out there that is not tallying with this, that could be the reason why. But thank you so much. And in Ivory Coast, the confirmed cases is at 323. 3 people are said to have died and 41 have recovered. We move to Ghana, which is really catching up with the rest of Africa. For a while there, Ghana was reporting very few cases, but the country still now has confirmed cases of 287. 5 people have died, 31 have recovered, and today only the number that has been confirmed is at 73. And in Mauritius, the confirmed cases is at 244. 7 people have died and 7 have recovered. In Nigeria, the confirmed cases is at 238. 5 people have died, 35 have recovered. More reason why President Muhammadu Buhari should come out and speak to Nigerians. Remember, even at the onset of the outbreak, the first case that was recorded there in Nigeria, it took even the Senate, discussing this motion in Parliament so that President Buhari could come out and address the nation. And he did that nearly 2 weeks ago. And he's gone back into hiding. And one of the daughters who had come back from the United Kingdom also was in isolation. But I think 2 days ago, the country confirmed that she had not contracted the COVID-19. So she's okay. But still, President Buhari, I think Nigerians would want for you to come and just reassure them, as we saw President Uhuru Kenyatta do here yesterday, and indeed other presidents across the world. If Donald Trump can sit there and give address every day, surely everybody can, even when he's not factual in a lot of things. But hey, this is the time leadership should actually step up. So we go to the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the numbers there, the cases that have been confirmed are at 161. 18 people are said to have died, 5 have recovered. Congo Brazzaville, confirmed cases is at 45. 5 people have died died and 2 have recovered. And in Rwanda, the cases there, for a while until over the weekend, Rwanda was leading in East Africa, and Kenya, which was trailing behind, took over there. And we see Rwanda now has 105 confirmed cases with 4 recoveries, and no death has been reported from Rwanda. Madagascar, confirmed cases is at 82 and 2 people have recovered. And in Zambia, confirmed cases is at 39, 3 people have died and 23 have recovered. And then we move to Togo, where the cases there right now stands at 58, with 3 people dying and 22 of them recovering. And in Mali, confirmed cases is at 47, and 5 people have said to have died, and 9 people have recovered. And in Niger, confirmed cases is at 253. Niger, they're recording also a high number there, and 10 people have died and 26 have recovered. Ethiopia, confirmed cases is at 44. 2 people have died and 4 have recovered. Tunisia, the confirmed cases is at 596. 22 people have died and 5 have recovered. And Djibouti, confirmed cases there is at 90, with 9 recoveries made, and no deaths have been reported there from Djibouti. And in Guinea, confirmed cases is at 128, recovered 5. Equatorial Guinea, recording 16 cases and 3 people having recovered. And also in Gabon, confirmed cases is at 30, 1 dead person and 1 also recovering. And in Libya, the cases there is at 10. I don't know who is testing the people there in Libya, and maybe the reason why, because of what the situation here is there in Libya as we speak. The General Khalifa Haftar, led another offensive over the weekend, and so we were hoping that the coronavirus perhaps will have them retreat, and perhaps, but that has not been the case in Libya. We've seen the war intensifying there, and as we speak, Russia and Turkey being mentioned there very widely. Of course, with other players, the Libya case is very complicated, and we talk about it here very much. And perhaps the other day we were talking about it, but we did not get to exhaust it. But we shall find time and look at the situation in Libya, and even in the face of the COVID-19, the war in Libya still continues. And so you can, because the northern part of Africa, a lot of countries there, you can tell, outside of South Africa, which is the southern part of Africa, are the countries that are really recording high numbers in the continent, in the northern part of Africa. And we've been trying to understand why. And you see Libya, one of them there, has recorded very low numbers because nobody has been flying into Tripoli, but also there are other factors there. Perhaps there are no proper channels in which people can get tested, because even the hospitals there, majority of them are not functioning as we speak. So in Seychelles, the confirmed cases is at 11, and Sierra Leone confirmed cases is at 6. Benin confirmed cases is at 26, with 1 person having died and 5 having recovered. And Eritrea confirmed cases is at 31. Angola confirmed cases 16, dead 2 and recovered 2. I saw one of our viewers here saying Malawi, why are we even talking about Malawi? Well, I don't know if I had one of the cases there from Malawi, but we shall come with that. We are not able to get all the African countries, but we shall get that in our subsequent shows later on. So Africa statistics as of nearly an hour ago, while we was preparing this before coming here. I know right now perhaps the figures have changed. So if they have, so please update us there. African statistics of today, as of about an hour ago, confirmed cases was at 10,068. The death toll there was at 487. Recoveries that have been made in the continent is at 993. Infected countries right now is 2, as I had said there earlier. Until yesterday early in the morning, we had 4 countries that were said to be the virus free in the continent, and that was South Sudan, Sao Tome and Principe, Comoros and Lesotho. But as we speak right now, South Sudan recorded 1 case yesterday, and also Sao Tome and Principe recorded 4 cases yesterday. So now we remain with 2 African countries that have not been touched with this virus, and one of them is Lesotho and Comoros. Now it's very interesting if you know how Lesotho is. It is completely surrounded by South Africa. So how has Lesotho managed to keep itself safe, having, if you understand the geographical where it is located, completely surrounded the borders, the boundaries by South Africa, and Lesotho has managed to stay safe there. So very, very interesting there. So Lesotho and Comoros are still the two African countries that have not recorded any have confirmed any COVID-19 cases there. And so we go to look at the global statistics, and I must continue adding that this was prepared a few minutes ago, over 30 minutes ago, close to an hour ago, and so these figures might have changed right now as I read them. So the total confirmed cases till now is at 1,349, no, not 1,000, but 1,349,584. Confirmed cases today alone is at 3,580. The death toll right now is at 74,808, representing a 5.54% of the total number of confirmed cases globally. And the death toll, the new deaths today recorded globally is at 152, and the critical cases right now is at 47,353, and recovered, or the people who have been discharged already, is at 286,655, representing about 21.65% of the total number of confirmed cases, which is a huge improvement, because yesterday I think we had about 20.6% of recoveries, but now we've seen that go up, so that is very good. So thank you so much. And also across the globe, we've seen other countries like India, which has baffled a lot of people. With 1.3 billion number of population there in India, the country has only been able to record confirm cases of about 4,778. 136 people have died in India, and 382 have recovered. The UK, which is also one of the leading countries there in Europe, indeed in the world, in terms of the number of infections, it comes at a couple of numbers behind. But right now the US is leading with the number of infections, but Italy is leading with the number of deaths that have been reported, trailed. The second place is Spain as it proceeds. So India, the UK confirmed cases as of a few minutes ago was at 51,608. The death toll there is at 5,373. 135 people are said to have recovered. I wonder why there are few recoveries being registered there in Britain. Is there a reason as to why? But we've seen there the recoveries in the UK have not been quite high. And in South Korea, confirmed cases is at 10,331. Dead people are at 192. 6,694 confirmed. And confirmed cases today is at 47, and also the death toll in South Korea there is at 6, and China confirmed cases is at 81,740. The death toll there is at 3,331. Recoveries there is at 77,167, and confirmed cases today is at 32. And in Spain, confirmed cases is at 136,675. The death toll there 13,341. Goodness gracious. And the recovered cases there is at 40,437. And of course, the US confirmed cases, which I know might have changed right now, was at an hour ago, was at 367,650. The death toll there had crossed the 10,000 mark at 10,943, and recoveries there was at 19,810. Confirmed cases today is at 6,046, and the death toll in the US today alone is at 72. Italy confirmed cases is at 132,547. The death toll is at 16,523. Recoveries is at 22,837. I said there, Italy still leading in the number of deaths, 16,000. Can you imagine? it's a very sad situation there in Italy and indeed across the globe. And in Germany, confirmed cases stands at 103,375 confirmed cases, and the death toll there is at 1,810. Recoveries is at 36,081. So that is the latest statistics as we had prepared about an hour ago, indeed across Africa and indeed across the world. Of course, it is very notable that a lot of cases have been in Africa. Majority of them are from the northern part of Africa, and of course, with an exception of the South Africa, which is the leading country here in Africa in terms of the number of infections. So right now, I'd like for us to turn our attention to the news making headlines across Africa, and so we start with Mali, where the military in Mali says more than 20 soldiers have been killed by suspected jihadists in the northern region of Gaoua. People in the area said militants drove around the villages in cars and on motorbikes before attacking the army base at dawn on Monday. Now, the said insurgents destroyed the camp near the town of Bamba and stole weapons. An army official said jihadists have also been killed, but it was impossible to tell how many, as they had taken their dead and wounded with them when they left the area. Anyway, and then we move to Ghana, where Ghana has confirmed 73 new coronavirus cases, bringing the total to 287. The new cases were announced on Tuesday early morning. Ghana Health Service said that the increase in cases was as a result of enhanced contact tracing and testing. The Ghana Health Services said the mandatory quarantine of travelers who arrived in the country between 21st and 22nd March, before the borders were closed, had ended. Some 1,030 people were quarantined during the period, and 105 of them tested positive in 2 different test phases. And we go to Morocco, where Moroccans who ventured outside their homes without wearing masks, the face masks I told you about, even the government of Kenya made this pronouncement yesterday and said if you be leaving your house anywhere in public, you must have your masks. So now Moroccans who venture outside their homes without wearing face masks risk prison sentences of up to 3 months and a fine of up to 1,300 dirhams. That equates to about 126 US dollars. The government has said the new order takes effect on Tuesday, that is today, for those allowed to go out during the coronavirus pandemic. The decision was announced on Monday after a government meeting on how to control the pandemic, the AFP news agency has reported. And we move to the Ivory Coast, where the Ivory Coast Defense Minister Hamed Bakayoko has tested positive for the coronavirus. Mr. Bakayoko said he had shown no symptoms before the test and urged citizens to be vigilant. The minister has since been quarantined. And we go to Zimbabwe, where Zimbabwe's health minister has warned against people selling registered COVID-19 self-test kits. Obadiah Moyo told the state-owned Herald newspaper that all test kits had to be evaluated by the local authority first to establish efficacy and to avoid false results. Private companies, including some pharmacies, have been selling rapid testing kits. Zimbabwe has recorded 9 positive cases of the virus from around 340 tests, with 1 death. The government says it is only conducting a test among those who display coronavirus-like symptoms. Zimbabwe began a 21 lockdown on 30th of March, but the government appears to be easing some restrictions. On Friday, it reversed a ban on the sale of alcohol from supermarkets, even though liquor stores and bars remain shut. And in Uganda, Ugandans online have expressed mixed reactions to government's plan to reopen schools from the end of April. Education Minister Janet Museveni, who is the wife, who is the First Lady of Uganda. Listen, only in Uganda, where you have the president and you have a Minister of Education, who is the wife. So now, the education minister, Africa, the things we do in this continent, I can't. Now, the education minister, Janet Museveni, said primary and secondary schools will reopen on the 27th of April. She said the measures put in place to stop the spread of the coronavirus would allow the resumption of the school calendar. Now, some Ugandans online said it was too early for the minister to plan to reopen schools as coronavirus cases in the country were increasing. And in Cameroon, police in Cameroon say Islamist militants have killed 7 people in a suicide attack on a village bordering Nigeria. Police spokesman said the 2 Boko Haram militants blew themselves up in the village of Amchinde on Sunday night. A village chief is reported to be among the dead. And we go to Chad, where Chadian President Idris Deby has joined the country's soldiers in the front line of the fight against Boko Haram terrorists in the country. Deby appeared in a military fatigue last week as he led an operation to decimate the terrorists from the Chadian territory. The operation, codenamed Operation Wrath of Bomo, came after terrorists dealt the heaviest blow to the Chadian military after an assault killed over 90 soldiers. And just to be clear, the killing of these Chadian soldiers, I think, happened 2 weeks ago, and 92 of them died. So now President Idris Deby has come out wearing a military full combat. That is not even how you fight terrorism, Mr. Idris Deby there. You know, do you know how the U.S. does? You just come here and report about the U.S. have killed a certain number of Al-Shabaab in Somalia or across the world. You don't, come on. Anyway, we go to Sao Tome and Principe, where the country became the 52nd African country to record cases of the COVID-19. The island nation confirmed its first 4 cases on Monday. Prime Minister Georges Bon-Jesus disclosed that the confirmation came after test results returned from Gabon. Wait. So Sao Tome and Principe do not have laboratories to carry out simple tests because it's not very complicated. I've watched several news stories and several documentaries there on this matter, and what? They don't have a lab there that could test the COVID-19. So what if they have numbers in tune of what we're seeing even in other African countries? What are you talking about? So this is after they received the result from Gabon, and the development leaves Lesotho and Comoros as Africa's virus-free countries as of April 6th, and the continent's confirmed COVID cases is heading towards 9,500 with over 400 deaths having been recorded. So, all right. So something else from the World Health Organization. So right now, the World Health Organization boss has described as racist and a hangover from the colonial mentality recent comments made by 2 French scientists suggesting a vaccine for the new coronavirus should first be tested in Africa. Now, in his daily briefing on the pandemic, World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom, the other name is very long, stressed that all accepted protocols will be followed in any vaccine administration anywhere in the world. Africa cannot and will not be testing ground for any vaccine. But Mr. Tedros, what took you so long? Because these comments were made, guess when? Nearly a week ago, last Wednesday. And this is when World Health Organization boss comes out to address these comments, which we shall look at. I think we talked about it. Dr. Matsanga talked about it in our previous show, one of our evening shows, where 2 doctors were saying, you know what, this vaccine should be tested in Africa, and they wanted to use Africa as guinea pigs. And it took nearly a whole week for the World Health Organization Director General, Mr. Tedros, who is an Ethiopian, for your information, to come out and address this matter. Come on now, we have to talk about this. And also, we move to Rwanda, where Rwandan ministers and top officials have joined the growing trend of public officials donating their salaries to fight against the COVID-19. Cabinet ministers and others have agreed to donate their April salaries to aid the countries against the pandemic. A statement from the Prime Minister's office confirmed that all officials who agreed to forego the salaries are leaders of national institutions and top government officials. As of April 6th, the government has confirmed 105 cases with 4 recoveries. It is East Africa's third most impacted behind Mauritius and Kenya. All right, and a strictly enforced lockdown remains in place, having been extended last week by the government, by the cabinet, and the government has since last week been distributing food to its citizens who have been relying on receiving pay every day. So that is very good move there by the Rwandese government. So I also have some news from other places across Africa and from Biafra. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mr. Amazi Nnamdi Kanu, has warned food item traders in Biafra land against inflating the prices of their goods and compounding the problems of the people who have been subjected to sit at home because of the coronavirus pandemic. In a radio broadcast, and Kanu told Biafrans that this is not the time to be selfish and parochial, but a time to come together to save as many lives as possible by being their brother's keeper and sharing whatever they have to save lives. I don't know how many are traders, how many people will actually listen to this call by Nnamdi Kanu there, addressing specifically the people from Biafra land, and he's saying if you are a trader there, if you're selling food items, if you're having a shop there, please can you not take advantage of the people there who already, as we know, are going through a very hard time as it is in Biafra land, but they already have like pre-existing problems. So the COVID-19 have brought with it other challenges, and so starting to hike the prices of very essential goods there will not be very right. And this is something that we've seen, and I wish it could be applied in all of Africa, because it is a time like this that I find that some very essential things that is needed, like the masks. We've seen a lot of traders, even here in Nairobi, just hiking the prices for no reason at all, because people need these things. Can you just sell them at a normal price? And when President Uhuru Kenyatta, also the president of Kenya, also touched on this matter, I think about 3 weeks ago, and he said it is very immoral for anybody to think this is the time you take advantage of this a very unfortunate situation and you want to hike the prices and make a profit from people who are just struggling. So this thing by Nnamdi Kanu, if you're watching me and you're from Biafra land, do you think it is something that the traders there and the people of Biafra will take a heed of and ensure that they caution, and even as they go through and they're in business and they're meant to make profit, but they don't take advantage of the people there in Biafra? And he warned the food item traders there in Biafra land to stop taking advantage of the people there, of the coronavirus situation, and try to hike the prices there. Is this something that the people of Biafra land, the traders there, do they have the required moral compass there to ensure they do not take advantage of the people there? And this is not just in Biafra land. Anywhere in Africa, indeed anywhere in the world, anybody who thinks this is a time to profit, anybody who thinks this is a time to sell the face masks that now have become very essential in the fight against the spread of the COVID-19, and you feel like you're going to sell it 3 times, 2 times, 4 times the price, shame on you. A very big shame on you. And we've seen people in the streets of Nairobi. You go to pharmacies right now, the prices of these things have gone up. So now President Uhuru Kenyatta yesterday, while delivering his speech, he said the local manufacturers will be given a proper procedure and instructions on how to manufacture even the reusable face masks so that people are able to access them at a better price. But you've seen people taking advantage. You go, something that used to cost 30 shillings, now you buy it at 100 shillings. Shame on you. That is not right. That is not right. Just keep the price. Just what is wrong with people? I don't understand. I know it's just very unfortunate. So what Mr. Nnamdi Kanu is saying, I think this should be something that resonates with all of us. Anybody, if you're doing your business out there, please, can we not take advantage of our people? And especially there, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu is saying that the people of Biafra land are already, they already have their own pre-existing challenges that they have been, having with the government of Nigeria and other things. And now you want to come and start selling food 3-4 times the price. Like, what is your problem? And that is something that has been happening around. So people like this, really, you have no soul. And so, Nnamdi Kanu there is a warning, not just Biafrans, but especially the people of Biafra. But come on now, Africa, let's be a brother's keeper, as Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, they're saying, yeah? We look after each other. Just sell them at a normal price. You still make your profit. And then after all this will pass, because I know it will pass, and I hope it does soon, life shall come back to normal and you can do whatever you want. But right now, can we be understanding? Can we not take advantage of the situation and try to make life even more unbearable to our fellow Africans? That is not right. It's not moral. It's just not human. It's just bad. So let's not do that. And in Nigeria still, residents of some communities in the Federal Capital Territory, Ogun and Lagos State on Sunday violated President Buhari's lockdown order on Saturday and Sunday. The people who are walking around some different, like the Federal Capital Territory, observed that although there was compliance with some orders within the Abuja metropolis, residents of its suburbs who cited hunger went out contrary to the government's directive. And in Ogun State, the Deputy Governor Noimot Salako Oyedele, in a statement on Sunday, decried the level of compliance in the Odo Ota local government areas. I don't understand. Africans, we have to change our mentalities. If you're being told don't leave your house unless it's absolutely necessary, I don't know why we think this is for our leaders. This is for our heads of state. This is for us to keep us safe. Can we just change our attitude? We see here in Nigeria, people went out and they said we are hungry, so we have to go look for food. I don't know what are the measures there. I don't know if it's not a complete lockdown, but people violated some of these measures that Nigerian government has put in place there. And also in South Sudan, the high-level task force on COVID-19 pandemic says the government will not completely lock down the country as there are confirmed cases already there in South Sudan. So they've said the government will not completely, close down the country. So this is a response to reports that the government had intended to shut down markets and prevent people from leaving their homes by yesterday or by Monday next week. And the rumors reportedly forced people to stock food items and other essential commodities. The body, however, reiterated adherence to the preventative measures against the COVID-19. And we go to Cameroon. And the governor of the Southwest region, Bernard Okalia Bilai, has set more stringent measures in a bid to fight the spread of COVID-19 in the region. After last week's meeting in Yaoundé with the Ministers of Transport, Public Health and Territorial Administration to map out ways to better fight the virus in the region, Bernard Okalai immediately swung into action with coordination meetings at the regional levels. And what I've been wondering is, these Amazonians who have been in camps since, I don't know, God knows when, because their houses were burnt down, the schools in Amazonia, we know, have been closed down. Anybody from Amazonia, can you give us the latest from that region? What is happening to these people who have been living in forests, who are forced out of their homes? What is happening with them? Are they safe? What are the numbers in terms of the spread? And I saw last week the government gave a directive there in Cameroon that nobody should even go to a place of prayer. And we saw a lot of people, especially in the Muslim faith, defying this order and going and worshipping. And now, when you look at the number of infections in Cameroon, in that area, I think Cameroon is leading, if I'm not very wrong. It's leading there. Yesterday, we had 555 cases confirmed in Cameroon. I think today they have surpassed that number, and it was, I think, over 600. Where is that from Cameroon? Cameroon, I can't see. Oh, yes. Today, Cameroon was at 658. Yesterday, it was 555. So see, if you don't pay attention, this is what happens. If you're told don't go to church, don't go to the mosque, don't go to the temple, don't go to wherever you should not be going, don't congregate in a place where there's so many people, and then you defy. See, this is how the numbers get to balloon, and this is not good for this continent. You see, the West, as much as they have all these deaths that have been reported, as much as they have all these cases that have been reported and the deaths and all of that, they still worry about us. They're saying, should Africa, cases hit a certain number, then we expect more deaths in Africa. We expect more cases in Africa. So because of our infrastructure and our health facilities and how we are prepared. And so as much as they have the huge numbers, they still worry about us. And they still sit there and think that they want to come here and test some of these, trials, do some medical tests on us, these vaccines that they have researched on, and they want to come and test it on Africans because they're wondering, why are these people not dying? Because we're expecting them to be dying in huge numbers. Can you imagine? It's very ridiculous. And so this thing, let me just go through that. Let's just go through that. So yes, people from Biafra land, yes, I just said there, the news, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu came out and warned food traders in Biafra land against inflating the prices of their goods and compounding the problems of the people who have been subjected to sit at home because of the coronavirus pandemic. He said that in a radio broadcast, and I'm just saying that is not whatever Mr. Nnamdi Kanu has said, that is something that should reflect all of us in all African countries. If you are there and you're a business person, especially in the food industry, do not take advantage of the people. It's already difficult for us as it is. So please don't compound the problem, as Mr. Nnamdi Kanu there is saying. So I totally agree with Mr. Nnamdi Kanu's, sentiments. Of course, he was addressing Biafrans in particular, and he said, these people really have enough pre-existing challenges. So if you compound with the coronavirus, pandemic, and the fact that a lot of people right now are not even able to go to work, and then you want to come there and put hike the prices 2 or 3 times, that is just not right. And I will add to that, that is very, very immoral. Have a soul. How about that? So in this statement by World Health Organization, remember, this is a conversation that we are having here with Dr. Matanga in one of our evening shows. If at all you don't watch, 8 p.m. East African time, about 2 days ago, and we are looking at this. So the World Health Organization, some doctors from France, during a show there in France, they were saying that there is a vaccine that they were suggesting should be tested in Africa on Africans, and they were suggesting that Africa should be used as a guinea pig to test a vaccine on the COVID-19. So I try to follow, their conversation, and I just try to get a few thoughts, and they were trying to say, because Africa. I think all the countries we get the BCG, that vaccine that protects us against tuberculosis, and so apparently not all countries in the world usually give this BCG to their children, and so this is given to the countries that are prone to citizens that tuberculosis is prevalent, all right, and also so they're saying that, so they're trying to come with the reasons and why, trying to understand why Africa does not have as many cases. It's really ridiculous, but God in his own ways, I think, has really protected us, because he knew if Africa was recording the same numbers as Italy or any other of those countries, man, it will be the dark continent. We will not hear the end of it, but God is good. And we're praying for the people also who are suffering in other parts of the world. So please don't get me wrong. So now they're saying even as French is one of the countries that have a huge leading numbers in terms of the infections and the number of deaths, these doctors still had the nerve to say that this vaccine should be tried in Africa. Africa that has what? just over 400 deaths so far, and about 10,000 plus infections. The whole of us, that's how much we stand right now. And they had the nerve to say that this new COVID-19 vaccine should be tested in Africa. And that was said last week on Wednesday. And we saw a person like Samuel Eto'o come out and speak against it, and also Didier Drogba come out and express his disgust over these comments by these French doctors there. So it took World Health Organization, I don't know how many days, to respond to this. And now the World Health Organization boss has described as racist and hangover from the colonial mentality recent comments made by two French scientists suggesting a vaccine for the new coronavirus should first be tested in Africa. As if African lives don't matter. Come on, black lives do matter. So they wanted that virus to be first tested in Africa. And for what I know, a lot of these vaccines and these medical advances that are made through the world, a lot of these things are tested. You'll hear they test them on rats, on other things, and just to test them until they see their safety before they can be tested on human beings. But they want to first test it on us. I cannot tell you. I am pissed. First tested on Africa? Are you serious? So now, in his daily briefing on the pandemic, the World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom stressed that all accepted protocols will be followed in any vaccine administration in anywhere in the world. Africa cannot and will not be a testing ground for any vaccine. Expressing disappointment at the comments, Tedros added, we will follow all the rules to test any vaccine or therapeutics all over the world, suing exactly the same rule, whether it is in Europe, Africa, or whatever. To be honest, I was so appalled. That is Mr. Tedros saying, I was so appalled, and it was a time when I said we needed solidarity. This kind of racist remarks will not help. It goes against the solidarity. The hangover from colonial mentality has to stop. World Health Organization will not allow this to happen. Listen. Did he just say the hangover colonial mentality will stop? And he is speaking against French. Let me tell you what, Mr. Tedros has his days numbered. And I don't see him staying there for a very long time. Do you remember the AU ambassador to the US, who was still very vocal on speaking about these colonial hangovers, Madame Arikana? They had her leave last year in October because they don't like people telling them, no, you need to stop with that nonsense. And so Tedros has come out very strongly, and you can see the African in him. But I still don't know why it took him so long. You can see the African in him coming out, and he say he was so appalled, and going even further and saying this is a very racist remark, and the World Health Organization will not allow this to happen. So Mr. Tedros has put his foot down on behalf of the continent. God bless him. But listen, I don't see him staying there for long, because you need a certain amount of boldness, which he had while addressing this matter. And those people don't like to be told off. So very soon, Mr. Tedros, if his term elapses, if he's lucky to stay until then, I don't see it even being, being added any more time. So he came out and he said this kind of racist remarks will not help. It goes against the solidarity, and the hangover from colonial mentality has to stop, and World Health Organization will not allow this to happen. It was a disgrace, actually, appalling to hear during the 21st century from scientists the kind of remark I'm reading. He was having an interview, and this is what Tedros said. Remember, he's an Ethiopian, all right? So that kind of remark, we condemn this in the strongest term possible. But we assure you that this will not happen in Africa and will not happen anywhere in any country. Proper protocols will be followed, and human beings will be treated as human beings, because we are all human beings. Yes, Mr. Tedros, you told them off. That is very good. So Professor Jean-Paul Mira of the Cochin Hospital in Paris and Camille Lox of INSAM, that is France's National Medical Research Center, were debating possible COVID-19 cures on French television channel La Chaîne Info last Thursday, and Mira asked, if I may be provocative, I'm just quoting this doctor who said, if I may be professor, she is a professor. Jean Paul, no, he is a professor. If I may be provocative, should this study not be done in Africa? And then listen to what this other ignorant human being said. So Locht then replied, you are right. We are currently thinking similarly about a study in Africa regarding the BCG vaccine. There is a proposal that has gone out or we will seriously consider it. And Africa is saying, no, thank you. Their comments drew a slew of criticism on social media. A number of African sportsmen weighed in. As I mentioned there, Didier Drogba and Samuel Eto'o hogging major news headlines. So, you know what? We don't want to be your guinea pigs. Africa, we are human beings over here. So as Mr. Tedros has said, that we demand a level playing field. Listen, the coronavirus is not even ravaging Africa, and I'm not downplaying the numbers here that, are going up, and we should worry and just keep safe. But I'm not downplaying the effect it is having even the different economies here in Africa. But look at the other side. While they're busy trying to test this vaccine on us, it is them that are being affected. So can they just try it and see if it works? Because I think they need that help much urgently than we need some help. But those two cannot even compare right now. So how they even sit and think that this vaccine should be first tried, not on a monkey, not on a rat, to see the effects, not on anything, because that is normally how they tried. A lot of animals that have similarities, some few similarities biologically with the human beings, they try this on them. Any medical whatever before they do an actual trial on a human. But they don't want that to happen. They want that to be tried on Africa first. As I said there, no thank you. No, thank you. Thank you very much. We don't need that. And we've seen, as I was reading there, a lot of African countries and the measures that they have taken. And President Cyril Ramaphosa said on Monday he was impressed by the continent's response to the coronavirus pandemic. And in case you're late to the party, Cyril Ramaphosa is the current chair of the African Union since February. He was baptized with fire, elected, took office, and the pandemic was here. So Ramaphosa wrote in his weekly newsletter that if African countries continued in the positive vein with which they have responded, the continent would improve its capability to deal with its problems. Ramaphosa said that the virus had also proven that working together was much more productive than working as individual countries. I don't know what he means by working together. Please tell me which African country is working with the other. If South Africa is already said they will put a fence to block Zimbabweans from coming into South Africa and spreading the virus. And guess what? South Africa has the largest number of infections in Africa, followed by those countries, I think Egypt, and then, no, Egypt, Algeria must be following, I think, in that order. And South Africa said about 3 weeks ago, but that they want to put up a wall between its border and Zimbabwe so that Zimbabweans are not able to come. And by the time they were making this pronouncement, Zimbabwe had not even recorded its maiden case. And so South Africa, look at that. They're looking for an opportunity to continue extending the other form of xenophobia and to close Zimbabwe and the people of Zimbabwe from accessing the country, knowing very well that a lot of Zimbabweans depend on a lot of even purchases from South Africa, because as we know, Zimbabwe right now is really, really struggling. So I can't even begin to imagine the level of stress the COVID-19 has added into that country. So South Africa, knowing this fully well, decided this is the right time to put a wall between us and Zimbabwe, despite the fact that we have the largest number of people. So now President Cyril Ramaphosa is coming out here as the chairperson of the African Union. leadership have called him out on this. And Ramaphosa also revealed that the AU, which South Africa is chairing this year, had managed to secure more than 321 million rands worth of financial commitments through the African Union COVID-19 Response Fund, the driver of the continental response strategy to the COVID-19. I don't know what he's talking about, because AU has been on a slumber. I've not seen AU responding very well to this COVID-19. Sometimes I go to the AU website to look for the latest, and I'll find statistics from 2 days ago, and I'm thinking, why are we even paying these people? African Union website should be the first place I'm getting the statistics on this continent. You cannot find it. I don't know if they've worked on this, because I complained here. Perhaps somebody listened. Abraham Mangar about you saying this is the right time to step up Together Africa. And Chukwe Buka Noli, you're saying all hail Biafra. And Goke Ejiofor, you're saying watching from Biafra land. Thank you so much for watching. Chidozi and Menugu, you're saying the face mask for you are importing from China is written 666 all over it. I don't have that. I have one that has been made locally, so I don't know who is wearing the 666. Come on now. Now you're scaring people around here. But thank you so much, Chidozi Emenugu. And I don't know what you're trying to imply. Can you please elaborate that? Not that we have so much time, but please, can you elaborate that for us before you... We're already panicking, and we have so much anxiety about this COVID-19. And now you're bringing in the 666, and what is the meaning of that? Chidozi Emenuga. Please, can you elaborate? And please don't send us into more panic mode. We have enough to worry about, all right? So, okay, no, so you're saying let's be careful on any aid sent to Africa. We must wake up all if our leaders can listen. And, all right. And Chris, now you're saying this is time Africa should come together and speak one mind. Onyebuchi Nama, you're saying Bill Gates should be punched. What are you saying? Frank and Tim, you're saying God help us. Elvis and So Eyong, you're saying they are mad, but we should be careful with our African health sectors because there are evil people working too. I know, we have collaborators, don't we now? Especially a lot of our African leaders. You won't even know how that vaccine will be sneaked in one of the African countries, and a few Africans will be given that vaccine, and then we'll not even know what will happen because a lot of our leaders really don't care, and they've always acted as gatekeepers to, where. Hashim, you're saying good job, and thank you so much. Oh, Chain and Yikang, you say good night. All right, I'm assuming you are in where? Australia? I'm not sure. All right, so... Moses, you're saying good work you're doing, my dear. God bless you. And Punchline, thank you so much for watching. You're saying you're watching from Italy. Are you safe? Which part of Italy are you watching us from this afternoon? 10 minutes, about 9 minutes past 1 p.m. here. I should be winding up. But I've missed you guys. I've missed talking about African news. We talk so much about just the global aspect of everything. And so we've not been able to look at, African news. So I'm just trying to get a hold of this as much as I can, and very nice to see you here today. So Botswana, our president, has proposed extending a state of emergency in the southern African country to last 6 months. What? I tell you, no, President Mokgweetsi Masisi says the measure is needed because people are not complying with the restrictions. What? Is he trying to say that this coronavirus will be here for the next 6 months? Come on now, President Masisi of Botswana. 6 months? No. Now, Botswana's parliament will convene on Wednesday to deliberate, that is tomorrow, on Masisi's proposal. The president wants the state of emergency declared last week in reaction to the outbreak of the coronavirus. I don't know. Do you think President Masisi is reacting here? 6 months? No. Initially, Masisi had announced a 28 lockdown period after the country recorded its first 6 coronavirus cases. Can I just look at the statistics there from Botswana? I don't know if I'm able to get it. I don't recall reading it. I read so many of them this morning. I don't recall having it here, but I'll check for you the statistics of from Botswana that now President Masisi there wants to put the country on a lockdown for 6 good months. Are you serious? Can the economy of Botswana really take that? And also, UK, in case you don't know, Prime Minister Boris Johnson was admitted to the intensive care unit at St. Thomas Hospital in London on Monday evening, 10 days after announcing he had tested positive for the coronavirus. The Prime Minister has been at the hospital since Sunday evening, when the UK government said only that Johnson was being admitted as a precautionary measure to undergo routine tests. Right now, it is said that his health is not doing very well yet again. So the US president, oh God, Donald Trump spent a portion of press briefing yet again promoting an unproven treatment for the novel coronavirus, hence spiking argument with Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, for his opinion on the effectiveness of hydroxychloroquine. Fauci has said there's not proven, there's not proven a record that this medicine can actually treat coronavirus. But President Trump continues to peddle this unfounded truth, and he wants to sit there and argue with professionals in the medical world. And I was seeing a meme from the US, and they were saying, you know what, at this point, I think we need the coronavirus to just come and take the podium and address us in the place of President Trump. That's how bad things are in the US. So right now, I want to thank you so much. All right, I guess, all right. Even as we continue looking at this, keep writing and keep letting me know. One of our viewers there from Italy, I want to know, how are you doing? Are you safe? Let me just check on you guys. And Nwachuku Christian, you're saying good afternoon, watching from the UAE. And you guys are doing a great job for the good of Africa. But I would like if Africa would come together as one family, so we can overcome all these atrocities planning towards our people. That's very good suggestion there, Nwachuku Christian. And how is UAE doing? How are you? Are you safe? Is there a lockdown? What are some of the measures that have been put in place there? Please share with us, all Africans across the globe. Please share with us how you're doing and where you are watching us. Stanley Gooder, you're saying thank you for the update you're giving us. Oh, my pleasure. And thank you for watching. I do it for you, and I'm glad that you were paying attention there. Thank you so much. Destine Amber, you're saying reports say that some of the test vaccines have been smuggled to Senegal. Hold on. Test vaccines from from where? Please, I want more information. In Africa, the things that happen in this continent, God help us. Destine Amber, I want to know the details. Which vaccines have been smuggled to Senegal? From which country? By who? I want the details. Come on now. Update us more. Arena Kaya saying, in Jesus' name, the virus will not get into Africa. All right, it's already here, so I'm just hoping it will not spread further and the numbers will not go up, all right? And Joseph Otto, you're saying Denmark has started a slow, carefully and professionally analyzed reopening of the country. We pray it doesn't escalate again. Thank you so much, and that is our prayer too. Joseph Otto, Manasseh, wherever you are, I hope that you are safe, and thank you so much for tuning in. Ekechuku, you're saying all hail Biafra. You're watching from Nuremberg. Thank you, Punchline Africa, and thank you so much for watching. I think I read your comment up there earlier, and Johnny Joe Shine, come on, your name, and you're saying, what about this 5G of a thing? So what is the truth about it? The last I checked, 5G was a high-speed internet access, but apparently it's being linked by all this coronavirus coming from China. And if you can just go back and retrace the trade war between the US and China and Huawei company, and why President Trump was refusing for that to go to for Huawei, actually started an onslaught on Huawei because they wanted to introduce 5G phone network, and the US, was not very happy about it. Just go back and read and just get information about the trade wars and the tariff war between the US and China. It might give you a better background and understanding on why even this is a conversation that we're having in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, as if it even matters. But I don't know the coloration, so please help me out. What have you heard? But we must be very careful about some of this misinformation out there. I'm not saying you're wrong, but help me understand. I've also been trying to understand the coloration between that and the pandemic, all right? And I've not been able to wrap my mind around it. And Kemo Ture, you're saying watching from Barcelona. You're a Gambian national. Oh, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate. So what is the situation there in Barcelona? Are you safe in Spain? I know things are thick. The numbers of deaths are going up and infections. I just hope that wherever you are very much safe, Mr. Kemo Toure. I don't know if it's Mr. or Mrs., but hey, Kemo Toure, I hope that you're safe. And Joseph Otto, you're saying, yes, indeed, you're in Denmark. Onye Dikachi, Israel, you're saying, hello, Punchline Africa. I miss other of your presenters. Hope they're okay. Please discuss Biafra. All right, they are very fine. And Samuel Chaga, you're saying, hi, Miriam, Sweden listening. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And as you're telling me where you're listening from, I want to know your situation in terms of your health, in terms of your safety, in terms of just your whole well-being, because after this coronavirus has left, we still need to be here again and just come back and just toast to some normal life back here. All right, so wherever you are, I hope that you're safe, and I pray that you're safe. And Kingsley Ogechuku, you're watching from Biafra land. Kanu said that people from Biafra land, the traders from there, should not take advantage of the people who are already going through their own tough times to start hiking the prices of food, especially and essential goods there. And he's saying that he's urging Biafrans not to do that. And I'm urging all Africans, can we just have a moral compass the right way? This is not the time to start profiting over a very unfortunate situation there. So that call by Nnamdi Kanu should be applied in all African states. And as I have kept saying from this morning, can we have a soul, all right? And let's be our brother's keeper there, as Nnamdi Kanu has said there. And Patrick Nitsang, you're saying you're watching from Latvia. Very well. All right, so right now I was about to leave, and Imwanyamo, you're watching from Vietnam, but Dr. Matsanga is here, and he shall be talking to us. And you're saying, I overheard that the radiation of 5G could be harmful to our immune system. All right, just Google about the trade wars and that has been existing between, the U.S. and China, and you will understand the background of this story. So right now, I'm joined by Dr. Matsanga, who had to attend to some things very urgently, but he's here with us before we call it a day. So, Doctor, a very good afternoon to you, and welcome back.
Good afternoon, Miriam. Do you like my new style of standing?
I didn't even know you were standing, because
I am now standing, and I am now going to be reading right now like that standing.
Okay.
Because it looks like it gives me an exercise. Sitting down has been a problem, but thank you very much for the show. I can see what you have done today is most fantastic, excellent. You have explained the policies, the numbers of Europe, the numbers, what have gone up, the numbers of Africa. Thank you very much, my dear Madam, or Miriam. I don't know which one title you said. I shouldn't say Mrembo.
No.
Lakini yes.
Let's stick to Miriam.
Yeah, thank you very much, viewers. Thank you very much. This is COVID-19. COVID-19 is one of the topics that is ongoing, and that was a diaspora dispatches from Punchline Africa television, from the command center of the politics here where I am, miles away from Miriam, because of the COVID situation. I want to thank all of you who have continued to feel us, to talk to us. I think as journalists, our role is to educate the masses. Our role is to make sure that we laud the government policies, tell the people the information, give them the information that they want. This will save our continent called Africa. Africa is a continent that needs to be saved. It must be saved from all forms of calamities. That some of these calamities, ladies and gentlemen and the viewers, they come because of ourselves. We have created them ourselves. We've cut down the forests. We have gone to bring emission. Carbon emission is high in Africa. In the towns, in the cities, pollution is at the highest. So at times we need to thank ourselves for what the people of the world have done. Those who have been there, like Wangari Maathai Wangari, who stood for our forest and our trees not to be cut. Today we see the impact that he has got. She has brought to us. She's gone, but we still remember some of the words. Maybe some of these things come as a result of this pollution that industries are producing. China produced 30 years ago. China was the poorest country on planet Earth with a population of almost 1 billion people. China became the poorest with one rice scheme in Kibimba. Today, Miriam, China produces everything on earth. So you see there is also something that we must interrogate in another show, that which has brought a halt to this. Because you want toothpicks, you go to China. You want tables, you go to China. The Chinese themselves don't grow these trees. The trees are in Africa, in Garamba Park, in Kibira Forest, Mavira Forest, in Mao Forest. We cut the trees, send them on ship, and then they bring back the toothpick and the windows and the doors. The houses that we sleep in, the doors are windowed from, all the windows are from China. But maybe God has reached a point, or things have reached a point to say there must be a halt, Miriam. This will give us time to evaluation. The world has reached a fatigue evaluation exercise. It has shown the globalization system. It has shown isolation policy of the Americans. They are gone. They are gone. They conquered everywhere. They sent planes, the most sophisticated planes, to hit Assad, to hit Baghdad, to hit Afghanistan. But they can't find us the medicine. The worst part is they can't find the ventilators. Hello, Miriam. Then where are we? Where are we? That's my commentary. That I wanted to add on the good work that you have done. I know you want to go for your lunch. Enjoy your lunch as usual.
All right.
And thank me for the comment.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. God bless you. I hope I have made some sense in your topic, which we want to tell the viewers that this evening at 8 o'clock, don't miss it. Don't miss it. It is here. And it is here that we shall look at the possibilities of the topic of yesterday.
All right.
It was one of the most important, very deep, very nice. We haven't done it yet. We want to find, are we in Trump? Now, during, and after COVID? What happens to our economy? What happens to the security? What happens to the food security? What happens to our social systems? Have we been disorganized? We are told, don't come near your partner. I don't know how people sleep. So the beds must be increased to the size of 4 meters. What do you think, Emilia? 4 meters. Indian beds are coming, 4 meters. So prepare for this. That's what we want to look at this evening at 8 o'clock on Diplomatic Leaks. The basic program, Miriam, will be anchored somewhere in town in CPD on curfew. But to talk about the curfew, Miriam, there are pictures coming out. People are walking through the Drangent. People are walking through to go. You are now transferring this disease. This disease does not walk. It is you who is talking on the camera, showing us pictures when you are walking, when the government said, don't walk back to that place. Now, whom are you going to blame? You see where the disease is going? You see where the disease is going? Some people have found the Panya roads. They are walking back to the villages. We are now spreading it higher. Africa, we tulina emputu. Emputu means impunity, Miriam. Emputu, impunity. Some people are even taking pictures. And they are saying so many bad words. You have seen the pictures, Miriam. They are on social media now. This is the voice of Dr. Matanga in Diaspora Dispatches, Punchline Africa Television. By the way, don't miss our radio station. Miriam, please always advertise that radio station. For the soldiers in Kismayo, the KDF, UPDF in Mogadishu, the radio station, Radio Punchline Africa, music is on your, we have sent you music direct on your phone as you guard the seashores of Somalia and the city of Somalia, UPDF, Amuka, tuende kazi na KDF. There is music there. Radio Punchline Africa is your radio. It's yours to broadcast to you soldiers. Look at the music. It is enjoy the music throughout 27, 24, 7 hours, 7 days, 365 days in a year. I call upon people in the world, all of you listen to that radio station. We bring the old African music there. Thank you very much, viewers. This is Dr. David Matanga, Punchline Africa Television. Over to you to the headquarters of Punchline in Nairobi, miles away from us. And unless you have my good greetings and my good smile, I take it.
All right. Thank you so much, there, Doctor, speaking to us from the Political Command Center of Punchline TV. And Chidoze Emenugo, thank you so much for watching. Ohochuku Chenweuba, you're saying you're watching from Maryland, United States of America. Thank you. You're saying you're thanking us for the good work, and thank you so much for tuning in. And Godson Chinuka, thank you so much for watching. Moses Kimeze, you're saying thank you so much. And Wise Pratt, you're saying unfortunately, while Africans are busy making noise without any measures to actively stop the vaccination agenda on African soil, the vaccinators are busy vaccinating people in the rural areas and countryside of various African countries. Oh, that's very worrying there. Is that substituted information there, Wise Part? And Isaac Samuel saying good morning from South Africa. A very good morning to you. It's good afternoon here in Nairobi. And Chuku Christian, you're saying we love you, sir. And a great leader with your good people around. And Kemo Ture, you're saying you're fine here in Spain. That's very good. Good to hear. And Grace Emmanuel, you're saying please tell the people of Africa about this 5G. It is dangerous to humanity and animals. And Destin Amber, there you go. Yes. So keep writing. And Samuel Chaga saying ignorance is killing us in Kenya. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think you're responding to that information there by Doctor, because some people are still trying to access their villages, even going against the government directive. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for commenting and for your contribution on today's show. Let's meet here at 8 p.m. for another show, Diplomatic Clicks, where we shall be looking at in the face of the COVID-19, what is happening in terms of diplomacy across the globe. So we shall look at that. Has globalism died in the face of the COVID-19? That will be our topic at 8 p.m. East African time. My name is Miriam Ogoto. It has been a pleasure. Bye-bye for now.
I'm joining the World Health Organization's Safe Hands Challenge. Hand washing is one of the most effective ways of preventing the spread of coronavirus. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 40 to 60 seconds.